Subcommittee on National Security, the Border, and Foreign Affairs is holding a meeting this week. The hearing will discuss staffing challenges on the border. This comes after a second plane with migrants was flown to California. John Lawrence reports.
Nearly 36 migrants have arrived in Sacramento since Friday. The first group arrived by private jet from Venezuela and Colombia, according to a nonprofit group.
They're human beings. They're people with families. There's some young people, that are just trying to support or make a life for themselves. There's people who left their children behind.
The second group, carrying 20 migrants, came Monday on this private plane from Texas, which California officials believe was sent by Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
His willingness to treat human beings, people, as political pawns. It's wrong, and we are getting to the bottom of it.
DeSantis, who recently announced he's running for president in 2024, says he's been cracking down on illegal immigration in his state.
We have banned sanctuary cities. We're cracking down on human smuggling. We've sent National Guard to the border to help with what's going on down there, and we even sent illegal aliens to beautiful Martha's Vineyard.
California Governor Gavin Newsom tweeted Monday calling DeSantis a, quote, small, pathetic man for his alleged role in sending migrants to the Golden State. Meanwhile, local and state officials say they'll be providing assistance.
The people who are scared, who are vulnerable, who are flown here, they will be well cared for.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
The daily migrant encounters on the U.S. southern border are down. According to the Department of Homeland Security, Border Patrol saw about 3,400 migrants a day since May 12th. That's down 10 daily encounters before Title 42 was lifted. The pandemic-era policy allowed U.S. officials to quickly turn migrants away at the border. The Amazon worker who led unionizing efforts at a warehouse in Alabama has been fired. The retail, wholesale, and department store union says that Jennifer Bates was fired after returning from medical leave following injuries sustained on the job. Bates called the firing unfathomable. An Amazon spokesperson says that Bates can appeal the decision. In a statement, Amazon says that Bates didn't provide documentation to excuse some of her absences. Bates testified before Congress in 2021 about her experience working at the company. As the Republican presidential contest gets more crowded, we will see a former VP running against a former president for the first time. Here's a look at how things are shaping up for the 2024 presidential election.
The Republican presidential contest is expanding and intensifying.
We've let guys do it for a while. It might be time for a woman to get it done.
As the anyone but Trump lane grows even more crowded this week, with former Vice President Mike Pence, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, and North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum set to join the race.
Thank you.
As these rivals open their campaigns, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley is sharpening her differences, telling Iowa voters at a CNN town hall Sunday night that former President Donald Trump and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis have not been straight with voters about the viability of Social Security.
I know that Trump and DeSantis have both said we're not going to deal with entitlement reform. Well, all you're doing is leaving it for the next president, and that's leaving a lot of Americans in trouble.
Haley took particular aim at DeSantis in hopes of slowing his rise by blasting Florida's legal battle with Disney as hypocritical.
He went and basically gave the highest corporate subsidies in Florida history to Disney. But because they went and criticized him, now he's going to spend taxpayer dollars on a lawsuit.
Haley's competition is multiplying, with Pence formally filing his paperwork today, ahead of a formal announcement in Iowa.
We still have so many good friends here.
Christie is set to declare Tuesday in New Hampshire, and Burgum, a businessman turned governor, introducing himself in a new video.
Anger, yelling, infighting, that's not going to cut it anymore. Let's get things done.
Today, New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu making a different decision, telling CNN's Dana Bash he would not seek the GOP presidential nomination.
I don't mind who gets into the field, but given where the polls are right now, every candidate needs to understand the responsibility of getting out, and getting out quickly if it's not working.
The former president looms large over the race, the biggest clear beneficiary of a bigger field, as the contenders work to distinguish themselves in hopes of a one-on-one contest with him.
Scott.
South Carolina Senator Tim Scott stopped by The View today on ABC for a face-to-face conversation about race and opportunity in America.
One of the reasons why I'm on the show is because of the comments that were made, frankly, on this show, that the only way for a young African-American kid to be successful in this country is to be the exception and not the rule. That is a dangerous, offensive, disgusting message to send to our young people today.
When it comes to some cancer treatments, less might actually be more. That's according to research presented at the American Society of Clinical Oncology conference. It found that a number of patients with cervical and pancreatic cancer seem to cope well with less invasive surgeries. Other studies also said patients with Hodgkin's lymphoma or rectal cancer can be treated with less radiation. The medical community is working on treatment plans aimed at lowering side effects and medical costs. And more people are taking over-the-counter melatonin to help them fall asleep despite potential health impacts. According to a new study published in the medical journal JAMA, it found that by 2018, Americans were taking more than twice the amount of melatonin than the decade earlier. Melatonin is a hormone that regulates the body's sleep cycles. The pill can also cause headaches, depression, stomach cramps, and low blood pressure. It can also interact with common medications and trigger allergies. Over-the-counter melatonin is not fully regulated, so the pills might have significantly higher levels than what's on the label. Well, Apple is taking a big risk and joining the trend towards wearable technology in Silicon Valley. This week, the tech giant announced new gadgets and features in what could be Apple's biggest product launch since the Apple Watch in 2015. But what everyone is buzzing about is the much anticipated mixed reality headset. Take a look.
This is a day that's been years in the making.
Apple CEO Tim Cook kicking off the 2023 Worldwide Developers Conference, introducing a mixed reality headset called Apple Vision Pro. Offers both virtual and augmented reality by allowing users to connect apps from Apple and others in a new way.
Blending digital content with the real world can unlock experiences like nothing we've ever seen.
Apple says the headset will go on sale early next year and will cost $3,499. Apple also unveiled new MacBooks, including a 15-inch MacBook Air, and several new features for the iPhone, iPad, and Watch, including improved video conferencing, FaceTime, and messaging features across all products,
including the ability to simply say Siri to activate Siri,
as well as a revamped lock screen for iPad OS, a new caller ID for iPhone users, and a new feature called Check-in, which notifies selected contacts when a user reaches an intended destination.
Whether you're walking home after dark or going for an early morning run, you can start check-in with a family member or friend to let them know when you get home safely.
If a user doesn't reach a destination, Check-in automatically shares useful information like location, battery, and cell service status with selected users. And as big tech companies race to introduce AI-powered tools, Apple took a more subtle approach to artificial intelligence, announcing an update to autocorrect that's using AI to make it more accurate. For Consumer Watch, I'm Shelley Malashi.
All right, check this out. The U.S. Postal Service has released its annual list of states with the most dog bites against its carriers. In 2022, California and Texas were the states with the highest number of dog bites. USPS says that it recorded 675 attacks in the Golden State, while Texas totaled 404. They say more than 5,300 of its employees nationwide were attacked by dogs last year. The post office reports this annual list for National Dog Bite Awareness Week. Thanks for joining us for AC 24/7. For more, go to theadvocatechannel.com. Subscribe on the Advocate Channel YouTube page. For AC 24/7, I'm Aaron Dean.